Hello and welcome back to our final race in the Manufacturers Championship. Oh, and what a disaster this was. Anyway, lights are about to go out. We've got Honest John on pole, though he does get a slow start. We're on board with Tepic in assistant dodge as he moves through to second. We're going to stay on board with Tepic for the time being. And that's Robbie in front of the Ferrari that's gone off very quickly. We've just come back to the beginning a minute just to see what did happen. Let's see. So yeah, Honest John just gets a slow start there, and Tepic decides to go up the inside. Perfectly lovely. Robbie in the Ferrari has no problems getting off the line and absolutely flies off. There you go. And then we go with Tepic in second, as I say, in the other Dodge. This is the road cars. This is the final for the Grand Manufacturers Championship this year. I will post the final results at the end of the race, so please hang about. There is some controversy as well, so please hang about so that we can explain, and you will see the final results if you've been watching or following this championship, or go back through previous videos, and you can see we're at WatkinsGlen, as you can probably see, and tricky chicane there that we've just gone through. We will go on board with a few different people. But we're still on board with Tepic, and as you can see, the Ferrari there in front has stretched its legs. Ferrari's very good in these are the road cars, so this is a group 3 or 4. These are road cars, and we did have a max PP. So Ferrari does seem very good, but we'll have to see. It's a 15-lap race, so it's not a mega long one. You will have to stop minimum of once for fuel and probably tyres. If anyone's using soft or medium tyres, then they may have to stop twice, but we will see. And we're still on board with Tepic, as you can see, on the in-car. And look at the one thing this game does do well, which we're not going to criticise, is graphics. I mean, it's just amazing. If you look at his dashboard, all the dials are working. It really is amazing. And as you can see, we've now changed. We're on board with the other Ferrari there, down in 7th. A few comings together there. We just took it back briefly just to see what was going on, but not too bad. So we've still got Robbie in first, Tepic in second, and Honest John in third. We're just having a little look back further down the field there. There was a small collision there. We've only got one Suzuki, and there he is on the left there, just being passed. Only one Suzuki this week, so yeah, that wasn't too great, obviously, to be a car down. And if you spot, eagle eyes will spot Dave Speed there that we're on board with. He's supposed to be driving a Lexus. For some reason, he's in a Nissan. I've got no idea why. We will let him off because he's down the championship anyway, and it'll be a genuine mistake. But he's in completely the wrong car, so we've got to ignore Dave's speed here. I didn't catch it until the replay. I reckon he's just clicked the wrong car by mistake. So that's controversy 1 anyway, although that's not a major one. But we've got one driver there in completely the wrong car. But never mind. And again, going back to what we were saying, graphically, can't fault this game. However, there are some other problems which they're really going to have to sort out, as you will find out later on in this race. So we're back on with Robbie on the TV camera view, and the lovely livery he's got on that Ferrari. Very unusual, looks really good. As he's coming into into that tricky chicane we were talking about. We've got Tepic there in second with a half-second penalty. It's probably for a track violation, but this game is very harsh on them at the moment, so it might not be anything Tepic's really done. He might have just gone across a curb and the game deemed it a penalty. But as you can see, first he's way up the road, second he's then way up the road. There's first, I'm just seeing second, and then look, the rest of the cars are quite a way back. So Robbie and Tepic seem to have this race, you know, really from the early stages. They just seem to really have this race under control, as you know, they're controlling the pace. We've got Honest John there in third in the assisted Dodge, Jag in fourth there, and the other Ferrari in fifth. So I think the top five are not with each other because they are quite spaced out, but that's one sort of group of cars, and then you've got the rest of the field. But obviously we'll have to wait to see what happens at pit stops and take it from there. And obviously at this stage, as always, you don't know what tyres other people are using. You know, they could be on mediums, they could be on softs. If they are, they're going to have to pit earlier. It all depends, but on this one, the tyres obviously do affect your PP rating. So some people may have gone for harder tyres and adjusted the performance of their car for it. I've quite enjoyed the championship. The top three, which was Dodge, Suzuki and Ferrari, have been quite close throughout. I've really enjoyed that. It's between any of them. Any one of those three could win the race, win the championship, should I say. Obviously Suzuki being a car down this week, it's unlikely that they're going to, unless something major happens. You've got the Ferrari there making a move on the Alpha. Very clean manoeuvre there by Mr. Fusion, and it was a very good overtake. Not really anything the Alpha could do, just seems way down on power. Not sure why. I quite like this track. You can see I'm having terrible troubles here, and there's a 1.5 second penalty. So yeah, Alpha not running too well here. Very strange that, but well done on the Ferrari there. Very good manoeuvre. But yes, going back to what I was saying, I have enjoyed it, and the top three have been good throughout. It's a shame the other teams that it's been due to holidays and people being off sick and things like that, where we've lost the other players, which is a real shame, because I think this could have been a lot closer between, you know, maybe 4 or 5 of the teams as opposed to the top 3. But there you go, it is what it is. You know, it is a club we do, and you know, we do take some of it seriously, but obviously it's not, you know, you can't make the people turn up, and obviously you have got to factor in, you know, people have got busy lives now. I'm hoping next year with the manufacturers we can sort of try and do it a bit better, so that we avoid that. Whether we go to 3-man teams or not, I don't know. I mean, that's an option, because then that way if somebody drops out, you've still got somebody sort of racing for you, as it were. So yeah, I'm not too sure about that. We'll have a think on that one. Anyway, let's get back to WatkinsGlen. So we're now on lap 6. You can see Robbie's tyres are quite bad, so whether he's going to pit or not, I don't know. Could be, yes he is, he's staying within the lines. You've got to be very careful not to go over, so he's going very gingerly there. So race leader into the pits to change his tyres. So Tepic's just gone past the pits and has taken the lead of the race. However, obviously he hasn't done his pit stop yet, so we're just going to skip on. I'm assuming that Tepic is going to do his pit stop a lap later, as in now. So let's see if he does. Is he going to stay right? Yes, he is, and he's going to stay in the line. It's very tricky to do, otherwise you get a 3-second penalty. Ooh, very careful there. Okay, so this is when the race starts to unravel. So Tepic's gone into the pits in first place, as you can see. At this present time, everything's hunky-dory, nothing is wrong. He's had his tyres changed, brilliant. He's putting his fuel in, which will take quite a bit of time because it's quite a slow rate. We're going to stay on board with Tepic because this is where the game basically decides to ruin our championship. So you've also got Jag in the pits, and we've also got PC Cola in the pits. I know it's a bit boring, but we will stay on with Tepic because I want to highlight what actually happens here. So just talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so Tepic's nearly fueled up, I believe. Yes, so here he goes. Now watch this. He's rolling out the pits. Watch what happens when he gets to the end of the pit lane. So he's just about to get to the end of the pit lane and rejoin the track. Bang, puts him straight back in the pits. Now on his game, he just carried on driving out the pits for the rest of the race. On my game, that's where he is. And if you see the yellow car in front of him, that's PC Cola. He also stayed in the pits the whole game and didn't move. Now on Tepic's screen, we're on with Robbie here. Yeah, so on Tepic's screen, he came out of the pits. I don't think you want to see it here, so this is Robbie going past. So Tepic would have come out of the pits now and hasn't. Now if you look at the thing, it says Tepic's in third place there. And basically every time we went round, when we got near the start-finish straight, it said Tepic was in first. And then once you go across the pit straight, it moved Tepic down. You can see the positions changing randomly. I know I'm going through different people, but you can see them going randomly. So it's completely messed up our championship, to be fair, because according to Tepic, obviously on his screen he was first and he could see all of us, but on our screen we couldn't see him. He was stuck in the pits, as you can see. He still is now, as is PC Cola, and they just remained there the whole race, didn't leave the pits. Now obviously it's some sort of connection issue, or more likely I think it's a server issue with Sony, because the fact that Tepic was still going on his screen and he could see all of us. Now if he was going and he had nobody else in his race, then I would say it's his connection error. But the fact that he had all of us in his race and he could see us and he was passing us, and yet none of us could see him, me and the rest of the group all saw what you're seeing now. So Tepic down in 6th, Paul down in PC Cola down in 8th for the whole race. So completely messed up the championship, as you can imagine. So we did have a couple of options. We could have rerun it the next week, but there are issues with that. Now as we cross the line, it says Richard has Tepic has crossed the line, which he hasn't because we haven't seen him. And this is where it goes really weird. So Robbie there did do a little stutter when he crossed there, and I go across in third. Now if you see what it says that Tepic is in first place, so all of the positions are there, and then when everybody crosses the line, it moves Tepic down to last. It's finally realised that he was in the pits all game, so it's really annoying. And very frustrating that, you know, when we run a club like we do every week, you know, we support the game and Sony very much, that these things happen because it completely ruins the game. Fortunately, when I added up all the points, even with Tepic in last, as you're about to see, Dodge still clinched it. As you can see there on the points on the screen there, Dodge did in fact win the whole championship on 2-2-3, and we all know Tepic's quite a good driver. He would not have been last. So if Tepic had been second or third, Dodge would have been even higher up. But as you can see, quite good results. So Dodge on 2-2-3, Ferrari in second place, they're on 2-1-8, and we've got Suzuki there in third on 1-9-5. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, hopefully these server issues are going to be fixed, and I look forward to our manufacturers next year. Watch out for that one. Obviously, I'll try and give you some notice. Thanks for watching as always. Thanks for the support. Hit the like if you liked it, and we'll see you again very shortly. Bye for now.